Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at a big reveal that is coming next weekend. Yes, I'd rather we just had the big reveal now. I'm sorry, that's not where we are. What I can do, however, is hopefully get you hyped for next weekend, because I can tell you there's a reveal coming. I can tell you where and when it's coming, and I can pretty much tell you what it's going to be. So next weekend, we have the Aichi Champions League. It is happening. It is going to be awesome. It is actually really inconveniently timed, because I am going to be casting the Star Wars Unlimited regional qualifier over in Lille. It's essentially the European Championship. It is the biggest tournament in Europe this season. And this is going to be kind of annoying for me on a personal level. It's fine. I will cover the news. You know I will cover the news. But with the Aichi Champions League, there will, of course, be a Champions League stream. And here's the thing. They're going to announce the next double set on this stream. We know they're going to announce the next double set on this stream. The only time they don't announce the next set on the stream is where the timing doesn't make sense. So Glory of Team Rocket, for instance, was actually not announced on a live stream. There just wasn't a live stream timed well enough. What we're really looking for is a live stream that is somewhere in the region of 4 to 6 weeks before the set is actually released. Well, I've got wonderful news for you, ladies and gentlemen, because the Aichi Champions League stream is going to be happening on the 3rd and 4th of May. Yes, that does mean I'm going to be casting a Star Wars event on May the 4th. Yes, this makes me absolutely delighted. But we also know that the next set is going to be White Flare and Black Bolt, and that is going to be releasing on the 6th of June. No, technically this is not official. But, come on. We know this at this stage. We have seen the trademarks, but then after the trademarks, we have seen all the listings over in Japan. And no, it's not official. No, it's not confirmed. But yes, it is obviously happening. And would you believe it? That just happens to be 5 weeks after we have this stream. I suppose I should qualify this and tell you that technically it's not actually definitely going to happen. It's not confirmed. And then I'm going to tell you that I am that convinced. I am absolutely convinced beyond measure that this is going to happen, that this is going to be the case. So yay! Go team! I'm very excited, and you should be too. So what is going to be revealed? Well, we know the deal at this stage. They are going to reveal White Flare and Black Bolt. Now, I told you the Glory of Team Rocket was not revealed on a live stream, and that was true. But what did we see from the reveal of, well, battle partners? Well, of course, we had the reveal of the set as a whole, where they showed us all of the pack art and all of that. That was lovely. They also then actually showed us about the Lily and Ends file boxes. They were revealed and shown off, which was very, very cool. And they showed us the Ionos Wattrel, which was your Masters promo. It was a buy a box promo that linked in with Pokemon Masters EX. And they showed us off some of the key cards. It was very, very nice, all right? So, yeah, it was a cool reveal. It was a very good reveal. We can expect a very similar kind of thing coming down if we get the reveal next weekend, which, like I've said, not technically guaranteed, but come on. It's clearly going to happen. And then they've basically got, from then, 4 weeks until the full set list is put up on the website, and 5 weeks until the set actually releases proper. So what is it going to be? It's going to be a Gen 5 set. It is going to be a Gen 5 set, and we know it's going to be a Gen 5 set because the name that they've given the set isn't exactly subtle. White Flare, Black Bolt, come on. It's Reshiram and Zekrom. It's obviously Reshiram and Zekrom. I feel very, very confident that it's Reshiram and Zekrom because it's a dual set, right? Which means we get two halves of the set, two different booster packs, each of which has half of the set in each. They've got very similar names, what color and some kind of descriptor. But then, of course, we've got names which are just so perfect for Reshiram and Zekrom. I just refuse to believe anything else at this stage. Again, technically, I suppose we could be wrong here, but I'm pretty honest on this channel, right? When I'm making very iffy predictions, I tell you. When I'm just throwing things out there and I'm not 100% sure, I'll let you know. But similarly, when I feel pretty good about a prediction, I tell you I feel pretty good about my prediction. And I'm telling you right now, I feel very, very good about my prediction. Also, I'm sure you knew this, but just to be clear, the Reshiram and Zekrom I'm showing you are the ones that originally came around in black and white base, the full arts. And then these are actually the versions that came around with the stamp in Celebrations in the Special Collection or the Classic Collection. They're just the coolest Reshiram and Zekrom cards. So I'm showing them to you here because we don't have any of the cards revealed from Black Bolt or White Flare yet. Next weekend, I'll show you all of them and things will be good. The thing is, we've also seen some other information about this set. We have seen that deck sleeves and deck boxes for Reshiram and Zekrom have also been listed over on Japanese websites. And we know at this stage, we know the deal. When we get a set, we get sleeves and deck boxes and all sorts revealed and released at the same time that match the Pokemon in that set. So recently we obviously had Glory of Team Rocket. That was like the new set that came out. And coming along with that, we had a bunch of products, sleeves, deck boxes, etc. that came around and matched with it. Like, for instance, the Crobat sleeves to match Crobat EX. Or the Mimikyu and Wobbuffet deck box, bearing in mind there is a new Mimikyu and there is a new Wobbuffet. So, again, there's so much evidence here that although we cannot confirm 100%, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be a Reshiram and Zekrom set, a Gen 5 set, and it is going to be revealed next week on the Aichi Champions League stream. I feel great about all of this. The other thing we've been told, and this is far more speculative, but also far more interesting, it seems like it's going to be, well, essentially Pokemon card 156. It is going to be 151 for Gen 5. Now, this actually does make sense canonically, because one of the really cool things, I don't know how many of you were just playing the Pokemon video games when Gen 5 released, but I was. And there was a real hook to Gen 5, which was huge at the time. And the hook was, you don't get any Pokemon from Gen 1 to 4 until the post-game, until you've beaten the Elite Four. As you go through Pokemon Black and Pokemon White, you only face new Pokemon. That's a thing. And the relevance of this is that it kind of made the lineup of Pokemon from Gen 5 their own thing in a way we hadn't really seen since Gen 1. And don't get me wrong, we love every generation, of course. Of course we do. But it's also fair to point out that, you play through Gen 2, they mix in Gen 1. You play through Gen 3, they mix in Gens 1 and 2. You play through Gen 7, they mix in the first 6 gens. That is not the case with Black and White. They really separated their Pokedex out in a way that other generations just didn't. Which makes Gen 5 the most sensible generation to do a 151 style set for, because they separated out the Pokedex in a way that, like I say, no other game did. This is not confirmed, but the rumours are very, very strong, and I, for one, very, very, very much hope that this is real, because I have got so much love for Gen 5. through and over. I think it's my favourite generation. I'm not just saying it on this video. I said it on a Pokemon official live stream. And my co-casters were, shall we say, taken aback. But come on, Tepig. Maybe the best first partner, second best after Fuecoco. Still a great first partner Pokemon. Oshawott. Who doesn't love Oshawott? I love Oshawott. How about Excadrill? One of the greatest Pokemon ever designed. As an example. Ducklet. Come on, Ducklet. I mean, we got Pokemon like Vanillux, who managed to pull off that trick of it's just an ice cream with a face, and yet everybody loves it. Chandelure. Who doesn't love Chandelure? I love Chandelure. Terrakion. I mean, that whole trio, but mostly Terrakion. I could keep going, but I think I've made my point. Gen 5 was great. I am so hyped for this set. I am going to be going hard on this set. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to know how excited you are. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Jelena Renji, who's a very lovely person who's been a supporter for a while, helped us out with stuff in the past, and is just generally awesome. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.